Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are in the world. I am Brendan Farrell. This is the Red Horde Watch Along Party. I am standing in for the great Canadian Sean Driver. Today we have a midweek game. That's why I'm here. Sean's too important to get ripped away from his work. So we're here, EFL Cup, second round. Preston North End against Wrexham in Preston. And yeah, I mean, we've switched out the majority of our side. We have some of the starting 11 on the bench. So presuming the game's close, I expect Parky to bring guys in towards the end. I see Marcus jumping in the chat. Marcus is our resident Mansfield fan, and he's good enough to join in from time to time to check on us Wrexham people. Hope Mansfield's doing well this year. Marcus, better than Wrexham started. Let's see. I'm going to bring up the starting lineup. Mas, first time I've seen you in the chat. Welcome. Mas has Wrexham 3-2, which is a straight win. I think is a step in the positive direction. So, yeah, I'm rooting for that. Obviously, if we lose, not the worst thing, right? Like our priorities, as far as I'm concerned, nobody important get injured. Ideally, if we could, do a clean sheet and get ourselves in a good mindset defensively, that would be great. And then, win the game. Won 4 in a row. Wow. Good for you guys. That's awesome. Mansfield doing well to start. Okay, so I have the starting lineup. So, by the way, John Olson, nice to see you. Patrick K. Of course, Deandre's in the house. There's Denise. Who else? I'm sure we'll get inundated with our Red Horde set of Daves. We have about 7 or 8 of them that join on the regular. Starting lineup. It looks like, yes, everyone is swapped out. You got Okonkwo in net. You have O'Connell, Scar, and Doyle doing his debut in the back. You got Barnett, Evans, Lee, Ashfield, Mendy for the 5. And then you're looking at Smith and Hardy. Again, I'd like to see those guys clicking. I'd like to see the constant activity that they produce, the constant running. I'd like to see them wear down Preston and create some havoc. I want to see they seem to work, Smith and Hardy, together. So I'd like to see them start gaining some chemistry. That would be pretty good. For substitutions, Burton, wouldn't mind seeing him in goal if Arthur struggles. I like Burton. James, Cleworth, Brunt, McLean, Longman, Dobson, O'Brien, and Moore. I wasn't expecting Moore to be an option, but he is. Patrick's saying 2-1 Wrexham to take the victory today. Yeah, I just ran out the subs, John. Hope you got him. Burton, James, Cleworth, Brunt, McLean, Longman, Dobson, O'Brien, Moore. So no Broadhead, interestingly. I was thinking Moore takes an absolute beating. Do we really want to put him out there in what might be considered a non-crucial game? Travis, nice to see you. Yeah, I noticed the no Palmer. Good call out, Denise. I was going to say that. You're giving everybody who hasn't really played that's still on the team that is healthy a chance except Palmer, and he's not even on the bench, which is interesting. Obviously, Marriott's not on the bench because I think, as you guys know, he's moved on to Reading. Reading's playing at the moment, but he's not in the starting 11 or on the bench. I don't think he got there and got acclimated soon enough. So he's not an option to be playing for them today, but he's off to Reading. More as a Fletcher. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of more just like Palmer, right? Like all you need to do is fight for a set piece and try to swing the ball into him, and you can, pick up a goal off of a header just thanks to his height, right? So I get it. I just, out of all the players right now, we seem to not be working the ball well through the middle for opportunities. And right now we've settled back into what used to work for us, which is our wingbacks curling the ball in on crosses. And that seems to be the only way we're manifesting goals. And that's pretty crucial to have someone like Moore to head those in, not to mention the fact that anytime we are getting anything up the middle, it's the long balls to Moore holding it up, creating something. So, hey, Sean jumped in the chat there. Yeah, Marcus, we think Palmer is on his way out. We just they just haven't arranged anything yet, as I think what's going on. Wimbledon seems to make a lot of sense, but I don't know where he's going to end up. Sean saying Ashfield with the winner. Book it now. That means Ashfield's going to break his leg. This is what Sean does. He comes in, puts bad juju in the air about somebody, and then boom. I got to taunt him. Yeah, so for me, I just, more is very crucial. And if we were to lose anyone, that would seem like that would hurt more than anything. So I don't know if I'd risk it, considering that he just gets knocked to the ground every game. Yeah, you'll take him. He can do damage. He's not a guy that's going to run furiously for you for 90 minutes. I think in more of a super sub role or a 60-minute role, Palmer's your guy, but. Andy, nice to see you. And there's Woody. Woody going for a big 4-0. I don't know Preston North End well enough to understand if their lineup is their regulars, their starters, how hard they're coming out. They've been on fire. So, I mean, I guess we'd be better off going against their subs. So maybe that's what they sent in. Hopefully they did. Bench might be better than starters today. Our bench might be better than starters, and we might have a better chance against their bench than their starters, considering the good start that Preston's been off to. Let me see what else. Let me bring up some more stuff. Showed the starters. What else can you guys were talking about it? You're asking for it, so I gotta give you a little Ollie Palmer there, even though he's no chance of seeing him do that today. Let me see. I saw some good pictures in Twitter. Give me a second to pull them up. I'll give you the lineup for Preston. For those of you who more familiar with teams in the championship compared to myself, here's their starting lineup. Anybody in the know, if you want to call out, players we need to watch, or I think Vukovic is pretty good from my understanding. Carroll, right? I'm not sure who else. Olafa. Let me see. What do we get? Yeah, expecting Mendy to be moved on. So one of the things that I heard some people float out there was that, if we're trying to get people out the door, we got to show that they can still play and everything, right? We got to have them running around out on the field. So this is an opportunity to get them that time and then that'll help us move them along. This is from picture off Twitter from, I think it's probably Tim, Fearless in Devotion. And then I got some other pictures here from the Wrexham Twitter feed. Let me see here. Those the collared shirts look not that bad. There's Mendy, O'Connell, and then there's Sam Smith. Tony, nice to see you. Started all 3 games. So Hughes is the guy that Sean's calling out that we should watch for. Okay, so they only swapped out half their guys. Thanks, Andy, for the good information. Wow. Marcus with all the detailed intel about formations and stuff and how Preston's changed. We got to get Marcus to do the show. Bringing all the knowledge. And I don't want to go over it. One of our biggest signings of the summer, 21-year-old defensive player. We're going to get to see what he looks like. Get the eye test. Hey, Em, nice to see you. Usually late. And Tug, nice to see you as well. John Lane saying he's happy for Marriott. I agree with you. There's one of the Daves. A little late for him. He's usually super early. Dave Foster, nice to see you. But Dave is working back to work now after he was out for a while after surgery. So good that you're back. I know Deandra's working too. Shh, be quiet. Lee, nice to see you. Just waiting for them to on the Paramount feed. They're jumping around pregame to a lot of the other Carabao Cup games. They were, showing us the Wolves. Now they're in Sunderland at the with Huddersfield. So I'm not getting Wrexham specific information at the moment, at least from that. See what else I can find. I'll update my Twitter feed if anything good going down. Oh, I don't know if you guys like these. So let me know in the comments if you don't appreciate it. But I find seeing the different stadiums really interesting to see kind of like what their setups are and if what we're building is going to kind of match what's in the league quality wise. So I just threw up a stadium shot of the stadium that they're in today. Really like those wide shots. Went to school for architecture originally, so way the building's laid out foolishly makes a difference to me. Let me see. What else do we got here? And for all you foodies, which is not me, I know Sean and Dave and others are all about the food that you're eating while you're watching the game. Fearless in Devotion, I'm guessing that looks like Tim there, is showing you what he's indulging himself with at the game. All right, we've got about 10 minutes to kick off. I was considering throwing up the scoreboard, but there's so many games today, and it's only round 2. I decided not to. It takes up a lot of real estate and it can be a little cumbersome to manage. So I'll occasionally look in on the scores and I'll brief you on anything really interesting, like if someone does what Coventry did the other day and starts just putting a whooping on somebody. I'll call that out, and if W&G shows up, I'm sure he'll do the same thing. But I don't think I'm going to put the scoreboard up. It's a lot of games. Oh, they're finally flipping over to the Preston game on Paramount. See what they're saying. They're just ripping on Wrexham, making fun of our poor start and the fact that we lost to Sheffield Wednesday when he didn't even think they had enough players to field the team. That hurts. Yeah, they're going to keep clowning us even whether when we start winning, right? So it is what it is. They hate us because they ain't us, right? Yeah, the Wolves West Ham game should be good. There's a couple of Premier versus Premier teams that is interesting. Port Vale drew Birmingham away. Yeah, Port Vale. They've been flying though. They've been playing really well. Huddersfield really loaded up, and they got Sunderland, right? So there's a lot of teams that have a tough go of it. Again, I wish we weren't playing someone that we're going to play 2 more times this year as it is, but oh well. Yeah, Sheffield United. There's plenty of teams that aren't off to an incredible start, right? So again, I think we have plenty of time. I'm not overly concerned about that. Interesting on my feed, they just had all of the games on like a grid of games. I wish they'd give us options like that. Wow, you got Everton? Jeez, tough draw for you. All right. Oh, there's another one from the stadium. I'll put that one up before I hop into the scoreboard. Harry Larry. Reminded me of the game Leisure Suit Larry. If you know, you know. Won't go into details about that game, though. This is a kid-friendly show. Yeah, let's throw out some scores. Some of you have already thrown them out. I haven't seen any Preston fans in here. They've had all of these have been us winning. So let me know if you haven't thrown out a score. Deandra, what do you think we're going to get today? Wrexham going to win here? There's Sarah jumping in. 1-1 and we lose on penalties. That's Deandra. She's not the eternal optimist either. Glenn, nice to see you. First team to score there? I didn't know that. Marcus, you have all the good information. All right, we'll be starting shortly. let's see. Get us into the main setup here. John Olson's 2-1 Preston on a late concession. You know what? It would be great to see us not do that. Like I said, first of all, no injuries to anybody important, at least, right? Then secondly, a clean sheet, like some good, consistent defense would be nice, right? And this is one thing we got a couple minutes here. I was worried most of last year. We were winning because of our defense, which is, I mean, obviously you obviously really want a really good defense, right? But I was always worried that they'd get a lucky goal or one that you couldn't expect someone to stop. And I felt like we were just struggling to be able to score. I was always worried, are we going to be able to score against this team? And we were still winning games. But I never felt solid about our offense. This year, I feel like we have a pretty good chance at scoring regularly. But now we're worried about just people scoring at any point, no matter how good our defense looks. All of a sudden, we just seem to fall apart and give them an easy one. So everything's just kind of flip-flopped this year. And instead of panicking about that, I'm thinking it might be easier to figure out what we're doing defensively and then get back to how we were defensively. And now, by the way, we've already kind of figured out our offense, at least in comparison to last year. So that's why I'm kind of optimistic. I think we could overall play a heck of a lot better once we figure out our defense, right? Now, you could say defense, the capabilities of being good defensively in the championship, we don't have the guys, they're not capable of it. Maybe all that's the case. Maybe it's easier said than done fixing your defensive woes. But I'm optimistic that we could tweak some things because we look decent defensively for large parts of the game, and then it feels like a couple of stupid breakdowns. If we can clean that up, I'm thinking we've got both sides of it and can make a good run at every team, give a good game to just about every team. So anyway, that's where my mind's at. That's why I'm not as negative about start. Okay, looks like they are lining up. We got about a minute here before they kick off. The OG experience, 3-1 Wrexham. I like the optimism. It looks like Lee's over the ball. Referee's speaking to him. David Wood, another one of the Davids in the house. Kyle, nice to see you, sir. Okay, Lee's over the ball. Looks like they're getting ready to blow it here. Put it in the chat if you want me to do play-by-plays. I don't know if you guys are seeing stuff or not. Scott, nice to see you. Budapest. Woo! I think we're going to have a new one to add to the thing. George, you need me to oh, you're 100% on my analysis. Yeah, guys, just let me know if you're not getting the game and you want me to give you like a decent amount of play-by-play. Otherwise, I'll just kind of throw a little in. I don't want to dominate too much the stream. Cambridge over Charlton. Something's going on. Fans sound loud, yeah. Yeah, you got the B team today. No Sean. He's getting someone thrown in jail, I'm sure, doing his lawyering thing. Decent amount of play-by-play. Okay, Lee kicks it off. Here we go. Ball's chopped ahead. Evans knocking it forward. Oh, okay, Vince, sure. Doyle has got the ball twice now. Mendy with it. Oh, ball's over to Lee. He bobbles it. It was a good pass by Doyle. I don't know why he misses it. Mendy kicks it over. Doyle steps up, crosses it in. Little low, not a great cross. Gets cleared out. Preston makes a mistake with it. Hardy with the ball. Gets it over to Lee. Lee on the edge of the box. Tries to get it to Mendy. It gets booted out of bounds. Got some good pressure here. Rerun. Sure, I will do the play-by-play. Ball's thrown in by Mendy. Back to Mendy. Comes bombing in down the base. I call it a baseline. I'm so used to basketball. Preston's able to clear it out. Mendy broke along the end line. O'Connell chips it wide, tries to go long to Hardy. Almost connects with them. Ball gets headed back to the keeper. Very good try. That's one of the things when O'Connell has the time, he sometimes can make an incredible pass. He almost was able to drop that in. Ashfield all over his man out of the wing. He's getting out wide now. Preston's bringing it all the way back, circling it around. You can hear the Wrexham fans, I believe. The Preston fans seem pretty quiet. It's a decent crowd. I didn't get a look at the whole stands. I mean, it looks more than 50% full, at least in the lower sections. Hard to tell how many, though. Ball's dumped into the corner. Nice. Doyle gets back. Falls on the ball. Gets a free kick out of it. A little soft by the referee, but okay. Linesman, I mean. Yeah, they are loud. I believe it's Wrexham. It looks like they don't have a ton of fans, so it looks like where the camera is focused, they've put all the Preston fans in that side section there. I'm not sure that there's a lot at the ends here. I'm sure wherever they've jammed the Wrexham fans, that's where all the noise is coming from. Doesn't appear to be anybody making any noise elsewhere. Wrexham Kid and Chris, nice to see you guys. Yeah, Chris, there's definitely a bunch of guys I think probably playing their last game. I would guess this will be the last you'll see of Mendy, definitely. And then maybe the same with Evans and Scar. There's another breakaway. There goes Smith. Oh, just missed. Another great knock ahead from our back line. Fell about a foot short of landing on Smith, streaking into the box. He had two defenders kind of bookending him, chasing him in, and the ball fell just short on one of their heads and got back to the keeper. Preston with the ball now coming up to midfield. They try to cut one in. Very good. Wow. Arthur came all the way outside the penalty area, all the way outside to stop a ball from connecting with a streaking forward for Preston. Very good pass, not very good coverage on defense, but Arthur coming out, not just out, but way the hell out. Something you never see, something I'm always extremely critical of him for. Ball's being swung around. It's over on the left side. Barney's covering it. There's a cross in, high ball. Not a great cross. Not possible for anyone to get a piece of it, and it hooks out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. Bryn, nice to see you. Yeah, finally took care of myself, right? Got a haircut. I didn't shave though. Don, how you doing? Yeah, if you guys weren't going to be working, you could have joined me. You could have had a real colorman like Bryn or somebody on there. Instead, you guys got stuck with the B team here. Uh-oh, here's a breakaway. Preston in. Again, defense was shoddy. I don't know what's going on there. They were able to work their way up through the middle. They're not talking well. Doyle cheated way up, and Lee and him didn't cover their guy. Then they let him get in. It was a give and go. The guy got in behind him, got the pass back, got the ball just inside the box, and skied it over so that AO didn't have to really do anything. Doyle with the ball now. Tries to connect with Smith, unable to. Preston fires it back. Lee finally hustling, showing to be a little bit more active now. Just knocked it out of bounds. F-bombs are flying from our coach. What a shocker. Yeah, Preston's starting to get a little bit of the momentum. They've been on the back foot up to this point. And here they come now. They break in right inside the box. Bad defense, and chips it in right in front of O'Connell. Way too easy. Dobbin with the shot. Just puts it in the upper right-hand corner. I don't know that O'Connell could have done anything about that. I mean, he was about 18 meters out, maybe less. And O'Connell looked like a traffic cone. He didn't have to beat him. He just chipped it right around him. Way too easy. Way too comfortable. That's just bad. Made that look easy. He made O'Connell look like he just doesn't belong on the pitch to me. Yes, they are, Scott. They're just moving freely through the middle, and they're passing so good that although they're only open by, a meter or two, that the pass hits them and the next guy moves to an opening and the ball's put there, and they're just very kind of relaxed on the ball and comfortable. We look like we are not positive where our players are going to be or going to go. So we're putting, we're leading and we're trying and we're hustling. We're just not connecting. Zohar, not the start we wanted. Yeah, I would agree with you there. Yeah, harsh on the traffic cone. Yeah, maybe. And for the most part, I'm a big O'Connell fan. That's his weakness. You run right at him, and he turns into a totally different player. And that's what happened. He spun himself around as he's doing his 360. By the time he wakes up, the guy moves to the right and chips it around him. Way too much time. No pressure. Very easy shot for him. It looked like a warm-up. Yeah, hopefully that wakes us up. Unfortunately, we were awake. We had all the momentum early. We looked like the dangerous threat. They kind of weathered that, and then they just started clinically dissecting us. And unlike us, oh no, here comes another one. They have a lot of guys forward, balls wide on the wing. On Barney's side, they're about ready to chip it in. It gets blocked by Evans. Then Lee gathers it. O'Connell gets it played back to him. Puts it right up the middle. Preston misplays it. Goes over to Mendy. Mendy's back to Doyle. Doyle swinging it to Scar. Now O'Connell back to Scar. Here comes Doyle. He's going to try to bring it up, brings it over midfield, kicks it ahead. Nice pass to Smith, tries to lead him down. Smith has to circle back. Goes to Lee. Lee to Mendy. Mendy's trying to think about taking on his guy, but they have 4 guys out wide. Ball's chipped into Hardy. Hardy's on the edge of the box. Goes for, oh! Woo! Incredible shot by Hardy from the outside, far right side of the box. That was beautiful. Absolutely magnificent. Unbelievable. So if you're watching, if you're not watching the game, Preston's doing what I feared. I don't know that you could hit a better, more quality shot than this one from Hardy. Right on the edge of the box. He just turns on his man. Like, he looks like he's going to circle around and swing the ball back out to the middle of the field. And then he just hits it and gets it in on the far right side, hits the side netting inside the goal. The keeper didn't have a prayer in the world. So Preston's doing defensively what worries me. I feel like unless we develop better midfielders to help bring the ball up through the middle, that what teams will do is they'll double team our wingbacks, and then crossing the ball won't be possible, and then we'll fall apart. And they are not just double teaming the wingbacks that are playing, our wingbacks playing wide, Mendy on that far side, their left side, but they have the next 2 closest defenders way out. So they have like a box, 4 guys almost outside the penalty box playing defense. There's no way to bring that ball in. You can't work your way back across the field with it. You have to go back down the sideline to get the ball out and around the Preston defense the way it is. And Hardy came shooting across. They were able to get a ball into him in the penalty box. But with him sitting in the middle of 4 defenders, he has to circle around. And when Smith did that, Smith had to clear it out. And then they had to try to, bring the ball back in. But Hardy just decided to curl and hook it around his man. And his defender was like, I have him covered. There's no way he's getting this shot off. Somehow he squeezes it around the defender. The keeper wasn't ready for it at all. And it was a perfect shot to the far side and hitting just on the side netting, just inside the post. So incredible shot. When you see the quality of it, I mean, that probably won't hold up for goal of the season, but one of the better goals that's probably going to happen in the Carabao Cup, I think. Nice to see you, Woody. Wow, we got good here on a Tuesday. We have 75 people in the stream. Those are sizable numbers on a Tuesday. All of you North Americans sneaking it on your phone under your desk at work. Ball's getting knocked around. I haven't been doing the play-by-play. 1, I'm catching up on the chat. And 2, the ball's largely just been going back and forth. Nothing productive by either team. Wrexham now with the ball, swinging it around the back. Scar with it. Not much pressure. He goes up the middle to Evans. Preston is not pressing at all. They are just sitting back. They've it looks like they've changed their philosophy. They were pressing the ball wherever it was before. And we kept trying long balls over the top, and I think they realized that they were lucky that none of those connected. So they've not that they've parked the bus, but they've They've condensed their defense back in their kind of like playing more of a zone and not stretching themselves out. So now our back line is kind of walking the ball up closer to midfield, and Preston's just letting us do that. We probe a little, they compress, and then our whole back line moves forward. Now we're almost at midfield. Our back line's at midfield, essentially trying to initiate the first play in. Barney with the ball out on the wing. He's got Smith near his side. Cross, great cross. Oh, he hits Lee right on the head. Lee was taken out. They didn't call it. Wow. Lee had the header. He dove to knock it in, and he got bodied in the air off to the right, making it impossible. If he didn't get clattered into, he's heading that in. Incredible play, as usual, by Barney. His crosses are just fantastic. They always have the right height, dip, and speed. Well, not always, but often. They're works of art, I think. They're not too low. They come in and drop right on guys, and that's what he did with Lee there. Hardy and Smith up pressing. Ball with the keeper. Keeper for Preston knocks it out. We press. O'Connell comes all the way up, steals the ball, unable to make anything happen there. Deandra stops watching for a moment, and we score. Deandra, stop watching. Stop watching. Ball's in the middle. Preston with it. Run right by Scar. Fouls him. Oh, should have been a foul. They don't call it. Referees like, look, I could have easily called it on Lee. The foul on Lee wasn't anything like what Scar just did. Took out the player. Here comes a cross. Preston tries to imitate Barney, and that's just not possible. Deandra got my message. Now she's gone. Get us another goal. Frontier conflict. Preston fan jumping in. Welcome. Nice to have you. Certainly welcome here. Reading 1-1 with AFC Wimbledon. John Olsen giving us the stuff. Doyle with a nice header defensively on the throw-in. Here comes Preston again. Here's a cross. Arthur comes out. Nothing of a real threat there. What a dive followed by a nice save. Yeah, I'm just glad they didn't give us a penalty on that. It was a nice dive. Nuri, the second goal was scored by Wrexham, so you must be that they're going to score their second goal. Will they score a second goal, you're asking? I don't know. I mean, right now, I would think that this is bound to be a fair number of goals in this game. Here comes Preston again. Ball's chipped over the top. Barney comes flying back. Oh, nice clear to Smith. Smith with it. He's waiting for players to turn around and go the other way. He plays it all the way back because he's basically by himself. Got a Wrexham chant going. Wow, I feel like I've got a workout. We're not even 20 minutes in here. A long ball ahead, try to connect with Smith. He gets Malachi crunched. Nothing happening there. Ashfield comes back, decides to physically introduce himself to a midfielder who leaves his leg hanging out, and he flops and acts the fool. I thought Ashfield really tagged him, but it's just some weak flopping nonsense by Preston. 5-0 to Preston, 30th January 1999. Simon is it? Oh, here we go. Smith with the ball. Ashfield's got it now. Is Wrexham your team or is Preston your team? Here's Hardy again. They had him well covered out there. They had two guys right on his left and right foot and a guy in front of him. They are really shifting their defense out wide. They are not. They know that that's where we want to come in from, and they're all over it. We got to switch and try to get it up the middle. Nifty move by Ashfield there. Yeah. Hi there, Gail. Here comes a cross in from the corner play. Oh, Ashfield misplays it. Goes to Evans. Evans just drills it out of bounds. What are you doing? Unnecessary panic move there. Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah, you like that reference? Yeah. Oh, you're a mascot for Preston. That's so cool. What is their mascot, by the way, Matthew? I apologize. I'm an ignorant American fan here. I don't know all of the teams up and down the EFL and what their mascots are. That's pretty cool, though. I think being a mascot would be a fun thing. Lily White fans. Ball's out wide for Preston. They're coming up through the middle now. O'Connell's up, way up. This is where he's better. He's much better pressing and being offensively minded in his defense, or at least aggressively minded in his defense. When he starts retreating and they run at him, he falls apart. So he's up pressing the guys. Ball went all the way back for Preston. Now they're pushing forward again. They're best coming through the middle, it appears. When they go wide, everything seems to get shut down. Our defense is pretty good wide. We just fall apart in the middle. That's where they've been making their taking their advantage. Lee's giving them way too much room. This is bad. They come right through. They work right past Lee, just like I said. Ball's wide. Barney had to come in and help out, so the cross was good by them. Here's O'Connell. Bad play by O'Connell. Oh, geez. What a shit giveaway. Ball's just bouncing. Everyone's being too timid. Someone's got to get in there. Sheep versus sheep shaggers. Bad play by O'Connell, and they get a free, easy shot at Okonkwo. It was right at him, so he knocks it down. Wrexham now with the ball. They're swinging around the back. Over to Doyle. Again, I think we're just going to do what Preston's allowing us to do, which is swing it right, swing it left, and then inch forward. Swing it right, swing it left, inch forward. Once we get up near midfield, take a shot at one of the forwards, or if they're covering that, then kick it out wide to our wingbacks, Barney and Mendy. See if they can make something happen. Doyle takes a shot, trying to get it to a streaking Mendy down the middle. Mendy's in the box wide. He's one man on him. Gets swallowed up defensively. He tries to cross it, and I think the kick hits the defender, Ofafa. Geez, I'm butchering his name. Apologies. Ball gets knocked wide. Big flopping acting job. There was nothing on Mendy's kick there that would have hurt a 12-year-old girl, let alone that hulking defender. Yeah, we have a lot of midfielders. I don't know about a couple of them. I stay away from commenting on some of these free agents because, I just don't think you can look at a highlights package or just look at some stats and know that that's a good player or a bad player. At least I can't, in my lack of experience with it. So when I see, the Southampton player, like, for me, first glance, I'm like, I don't think we want this guy. Why would we pay that much for this guy when they don't want him? The Jordan James there, 21-year-old that has potential to grow, and he's good enough to be, getting caps for the Welsh team. That seems really promising. And then, a West Ham player, balls inside, very good defense by Scar. They had that thing covered from the start, so it really wasn't that much of a threat. But again, they're working their way up through. This ref is crap. Lee giving us the clear, concise, no bullshit commentary about the ref. Yeah, Preston has the ball wide right, and they don't even bother trying to bring it down the edge and cross back in. They just swing it back around. Wrexham forces them to put a little pressure on them. Ball goes out of bounds. Wrexham's got the throw in our half. Yeah, so I certainly don't want 3 midfielders. I don't know that we need all of those guys. I'd love the young kid. I'm a sucker for potential. So knowing that he's 21, you think his best years are ahead of him. So if he's already good enough to play in the championship and good enough to play for the Welsh national team, and he could be getting better, then that seems like the way to go, right? At least that's my thinking. The Premier League player, again, I don't know that I'm capable of assessing how good he is or not, but you'd think if he's good enough to be on their team, then he's probably good enough to play in the championship for us. So that looks good. Yeah, tell me who you guys really want. Who's your 1, 2, and 3 out of the midfielders that we're looking at? Again, sorry, not doing the play-by-play. It's a lot of nothing. Preston's not up. Just as I say that, ball's knocked in wide. They try to cross it, incapable. Pretty good defense there by Doyle, had him swallowed up. Preston is not able to make things happen wide, coming down the sidelines and then trying to cross it in. But they are unnervingly productive working it through the middle. They seem to just be working it back, forth, and while our defense is kind of floating back and forth, at some point a guy comes open, they hit him. Here's a play in from the corner. Barney covers it well. Lee gets the ball, clicks it out to Barney, flying down the right-hand side. He's got one man. He's all by himself. He cuts back in. He fires. Great defense. Hardy tries to one-time it from the edge of the box. Wasn't able to get there. Good by O'Connell to keep it in. Mendy has the ball, dribbles it forward, swings it over. Ashfield's got it, blasts it from deep, gets deflected. Their defenders go to ground and deflect really well. I don't mind that by Ashfield. We didn't have a lot else going on, and he obviously was trying to put a move on the ball, and he was in a position where he could do that, but they just got to it. Smith, nice job. Oh, wow, they called that out on Smith. That's interesting. Smith's pressuring, which is nice. Having him and Hardy in allows us to put more pressure on the back lines, which I like because those guys can run for days. Preston working the ball up. They're on the far right side. We're kind of sitting back now, not pressing at the moment. I think we're just trying to settle our form. Ashfield comes out way too far up. Now we're a little exposed. They're running at O'Connell on the left side. There's a cross in. Nice attempted flop there for absolutely nothing. Jack, nice to see you, sir. There's Evans playing really well. Someone woke him up all of a sudden. I like the physicalness that Ashfield brings. I thought as a young guy he might not, he might be tentative, but no, just the opposite. He has no problem getting into people. Preston's just probing. They're swinging it around again. I think they're looking for that guy moving. They're all stacked, all the forwards and midfielders on the right side of the pitch. So they finally swing the ball that way. They've really flooded that zone. They've got just about everybody on that right half of the field. I don't know if they're going to try to quickly swing it and then take advantage of the left where there's space. But they've got all but two players on the right half of the pitch. Oh yeah, they've got more numbers than we do there. Ball swung out to the left. There's no one there. Barney streaks out there to try to cover him. And nice defense. They can't get around Barney. He's able to knock it down. Barney's looked excellent defensively, by the way. Both of our defenders on the wings. Strangely, Mendy's been further up the pitch offensively and not really having to do the defense on that far side. It's been Doyle and Lee and others. But we're doing really well. Here's a cross in and a header. That clearance by Barney, one of the end line, they used a corner. And they didn't. It was a set play in which guy came off a pick, curled, largely untouched, and it was an easy header in. And it was O'Connell's guy. I mean, it's just bad defense. How do you just let him run there? He's a good-sized dude, but O'Connell should have been able to handle him. He didn't, and the guy headed it right in. It was way too easy. He wasn't a traffic cone, but he was sitting in the passenger seat of the car that the Preston guy was driving, watching him score. They're playing him to sell him. Who? O'Connell? We have a hard time selling him now. If anyone's watching this tape. Gabe Loke. Hello, Pat. How's Mendy playing? He's looked better than he has in a while. He's active. He's threatening. He's not tentative out on the wing. He hasn't had to do too much defensively. He's only been up there offensively and hasn't done anything brilliant, but he's been all right. Simon, I have been working really hard not to drop my R's and show my Boston accent, but I am in Massachusetts on the northeast coast, just south of Boston. Yeah. He's O'Connell, in my opinion, looks over his head here. Wolves up 1-0 over West Ham in half. Thanks, John. Playing the role of W&G, one of our other followers that does the scoreboards often. Like I said, I chose not to run that extremely large ticker of games today. But at halftime, I can go over some of the scores. Preston's got the ball at midfield. They seem content just to kind of knock it around. They're trying to go up the middle again. It's really interesting how they run their offense, or what I'm seeing anyway. How they put more players. Oh no, Lee just gets pantsed at midfield. They come streaking in. O'Connell tries to slow him down. There's a chip. Arthur comes out and stops what would be an easy goal as there was a player streaking down the left. Barney's getting sucked in and having to leave his guy on the wings to kind of fill in behind O'Connell and others that are getting abused in the midfield. There's Lee with it. We're getting pressured now on the right side. Scar with the ball, hitting it back to Arthur, which always worries me. Thank God they're not really pressing him. He just hands it back to Scar, who comes and gets it. So what I was saying is that they're putting more offensive players in that area right near, just outside the, from 19 meters to say 25 meters. They flooding that zone with Preston players, and these guys seem very comfortable and good, playing in a phone booth, right? Like they catch the ball, turn, they feel comfortable passing and making things happen there. And our defenders look flat-footed and out of place, and they're outnumbered there. And that's how they're making all of their progress. And just I haven't seen a play like where when we're ready for them that we haven't been able to handle them wide. Here comes another corner. Ball was knocked out off of O'Connell on that last play. So here's another set piece. Just worries me. They need to be far more physical and put some guys on their asses out there and not let them run free at the goal. Yeah, now there's whistles. I can't see based on the camera angle, but I bet you there's a lot of clutching and grabbing. Scar's like, no, I'm not getting picked. I'm not letting O'Connell get abused again. There we go. Hardy got to the low cross and was able to head it out. I'm not doing too much of the Boston accent. I'm speaking clear enough that you guys can understand me. Cardiff City up 2-1 over Cheltenham. We've largely been on our back foot somewhere around the 10, 12-minute mark. We were good from start, but so here's a free kick from, let me see, whereabouts is this? I'm trying to see whether he's going to go for goal. No, he's going to have to cross from there. He's quite a ways out on the right side. All the players lining up on the edge of the penalty box. There's the chip in wide left, headed. Not a great header by us. Lee clears it high and out to the left. Wasn't a great clear by him. Another bad header. That one was by Barney. Ball's out wide on the left. Barney's on his guy, steals it from him. We've owned that matchup. O'Connell just gets a little pressure and just drills it out of bounds. He just peed himself. Ball's thrown in by Preston. Yeah, we're at the coming up 39-minute mark here. Be nice. We just haven't. We've barely had the ball in their half. The only reason why the ball's been in their half in the last 10 minutes is because they've taken it there as they're swinging it around. We've been under constant pressure. And we haven't, other than when the ball's wide, we haven't looked good. Again, Barney's been fantastic defensively. And Doyle, other than a little bobble early, has looked pretty darn good on his side. Yeah, he did. Did you see that? Second the guy ran at him and was like, ah! Here comes Preston working their way in. Ball's on the edge of the box. Here's the cross. It's headed away by Doyle. Preston's got it again. They have to bring it out to midfield. They're swinging it around. Thanks, Dave. Ball's being swung around. Again, like I said, if you can't see the game, they are sending the majority of their guys onto one side of the field, only leaving two players on the other side of the pitch. We're just not handling it. Ball gets knocked in. There's a lot of it's getting played around. It's just inside the box. Now it's outside. Oh, we have a lot of players there, but they're just so comfortable and relaxed. Unlike O'Connell, they don't piss themselves when someone's near them, and they're just passing it around. The only thing stopping it from them shooting and scoring is like 20 guys in the box. Now Preston with the ball, swinging it around out to the right side. Again, here's a cross. Decent header by Barney. Given to Mendy, who just launches it over to the other half of the field. I'm not necessarily against that. Smith goes running up and clatters into a guy that's more than willing to flop, and I'm okay with Smith doing that just so we can catch our breath. Smith's getting a talking to. He's like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just excited. E. Pat, I love that. E. Oh, C. Oh, boy. This guy's just making a meal out of it. He's getting a head wrap. Oh, my. We're just waiting as this guy's getting his lobotomy wrap put on his head or something. They're going full ace bandage. They got him mummied up over there. He looks ridiculous. Yeah, we look outclassed. You definitely can see the skill that their players have. Majority of players seem comfortable right and left footed in tight spaces. Good passing, good spacing, considering they're all bunched together. I mean, in that part of the field, they're still able to get open. It's showing you that there's levels to these things. It's something that we do not demonstrate. We have to spread teams out and work from the sides and have a lot of space in the middle for our guys. And these guys are willing to walk it up and just be in the midst of chaos and be relaxed. Just a bad pass there by Doyle trying to hook up with Lee. Kind of a miscommunication thing, not understanding where a guy's going to go, passing it to Preston, giving them the ball, unfortunately. Yeah, I can understand giving us, our players have not played together, so they don't know each other, so they're going to be a little bit more on edge. Another great defensive play by Barney. Ashfield comes and clatters into a guy who's going to make his Yeah, it's going to be a good free kick. He hit the ball and then took out the player's shin. We're in extra time here in the first half. They have 3 minutes. We've got a good free kick. What are we looking at? 22, 21-ish meters. The wall's there. This is in prime spot to put it right in the goal. Get Divine and force Thor. And there's Divine. Oh, my goodness. It hit the wall and still almost went in. It had top spin, and somehow it looks like it hits the top of the crossbar. Does Arthur get his hand on it? He does. That was in the goal. Arthur gets his hand on it and knocks it over. Now they've got a corner. 46-minute mark. +3 here. Okay, here's another corner by them. Another low, shitty corner. Thank God that guy sucks at corners. He's hit one decent one, and that's the one they headed in, unfortunately. Ball's being swung back. Hardy's pressuring. Keeper gives it away. Ashfield just can't handle it. Otherwise, we would have been in a golden position. What an opportunity we blew there. Now we're out of sorts. O'Connell gets back, and he hands him the ball, tackles and pulls the guy down. That's got to be a penalty. How did we not? Oh, my God. That was one of the worst defensive plays I've ever seen. O'Connell could clear the ball out. Instead, he taps it ahead and lets the guy run past him and then grabs him and pulls him down. And the ref goes, no, I didn't see anything. Somehow we get it because the guy was offsides. EOC's trying to make his case for should be in the National League. Doyle tries to move the ball forward. Oh, no. Scar just passes it to them. Preston 2-on-1. EOC looks like garbage. Chip shot, and they blow it. Arthur goes down, forces him to make a move. He didn't really have anyone to pass to, tries to chip it over Arthur, and ends up hitting the side post. EOC looked like doing his typical when someone's running at him. He's just spinning, doing donuts, oblivious to what's going on. And essentially it was 2-on-1 against Arthur. And Arthur's aggressiveness caused the guy on the right wing to take a tough chip shot, which he blew. We got a merciful halftime whistle. Could probably be 4-5-1 right now. I mean, this is just, we have not looked good. EOC all by himself is single-handedly Preston's best player. Just clear this out here. Oh, that was tough. Ooh. All right, let me go look and get some statistics up and see how ugly this was as far as fought mob, what they think. Let me see here. All right. Here we go. Looking at, obviously, halftime score 2-1. You know, it felt like they had like 80% possession, and it only says 64. It just doesn't feel that way. Their expected, their XG is 0.63. Ours is 0.12. They had seven total shots to our four on target compared to our 1. 2 big chances. They only missed 1 big chance. They did well with the other. Their passing, I mean, we're doing some fairly accurate passing for us, just not a lot. Sean's wanting to know what the touches in the box are. Let me get you that, Sean. Yeah, look at that. The number of times they're getting the ball inside. Only once one of their shots came from outside the box. A lot from inside. Let me see here. They have all the passing stats. They've won more duels, won more better percentage aerial duel wise by double. We have the defensive stats because that's largely all we've been doing. Ugh. Not good numbers. Hardy and Doyle doing well, flop mob rating wise. So is Barney, then Mendy. It's pretty much what I was saying. Hardy's been, besides his goal, has looked really well, really good. Doyle's been holding down the defense. He seems to play fairly wide on that left side. So he's getting more of the action of their players coming down that side. Whereas on the right side, Barney's handling all the defensive duties, and EOC is too busy screwing shit up. He's not spread out wide. He's kind of pressing up forward. That's the only time in which he's doing anything productive, is when he's aggressive and he runs at guys before they get the ball. Once they have it, where he's in trouble. Yeah. Hey, Des, nice to see you, and Will I Am. Yeah, it's not a lot of highlights for us. Oh, just trying to watch with my my eye. We got 84 of us. It's a good group of people here on a Tuesday in a cup game. Wow, just standing around watching him just abuse O'Connell. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the wait, you see the highlights of the Hardy thing, you're gonna go, well, obviously he's not gonna shoot it right now. And he does. Bing, goal. He makes his goal there and the first goal by Preston makes the game look too easy. Like that, but those both of those shots with guys covering them, they just didn't power the ball in, they didn't crush it, didn't put fancy moves on, just chipped it, made it look really easy. Can't believe that second goal on the set piece corner. Such shit defense by O'Connell. I mean, they could easily have more than the 2 goals anyway, but just hate that goal. I don't know. If you're trying to sell him, do you even run him out there again? I mean, he's obviously outmatched, and he's not going to get better in the second half if he's a little bit gassed. They're just going to abuse him even more, especially if they sub players, fresh players in. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to look and see who we had. I know we have Brunt in Cleworth. Do we bring Cleworth? We bring in Max on that side and get him out of there. I mean, that if he subs out O'Connell at halftime, that's definitely the last time we see O'Connell. Like, that would be crushing to him. Like, we don't even trust you to go 10 minutes into the second half. That's probably what should happen if you're trying to win the game, but that definitely ends his career here. Sorry, I'm watching some of the highlights of some of the other games. Wow, really bad defense by Bournemouth there. Wow. All right, we got Wolves, West Ham 1-1, Huddersfield up 1-0 over Sunderland, Southampton 1-0 over Norwich, Sheffield United and Leeds 0-0, Millwall up 1-0 over Coventry. Yeah, some of the scores there. Guys all went quiet. It's probably a good play. You're all pretending, all you North and South Americans and Central Americans trying to act like you're working for the next 10 minutes. Go ask your boss a couple of questions. Make it look really, really good. Then you can get back to watching the game under the desk. Let me see here. Go on to Twitter. I can give you a few shots of what the Wrexham feed is doing on Twitter. Pitch looks fantastic. Looks like a carpet out there. Doesn't even look like real grass. Yeah, I know. Tough to sneak peeks while you're on the ladder. Well, Des, I mean, the group that's out there is largely our players from League One, right? Now we've brought in what 10 new players, almost 11, soon to be 11 or whatever, to be our starters, and then we shifted our guys that were the starters as our reserves. We have our reserves playing largely against their starters. We would get crushed this year if we didn't bring in the 10 plus guys that we brought in. Like the guys that we thought could hang in the championship, Barney being one of them, is. But the other people that are looking decent was Hardy, which is a new guy, and Doyle, a new guy. I mean, Mendy didn't look bad, but there's no one else really standing out there. Everyone else has a couple of moments and then a couple of bad plays, but they certainly look. The team that's out there, majority of the players look outmatched, in my opinion. Preston looks like a good championship team, and we're helping them look like a really good championship team, in my opinion. Yes, we definitely need time to gel, and I would imagine it's like it's tough when you're not playing regularly in competitive games with that same group of guys, right? So that's always something that's extremely difficult for bench players to come in. They don't have a lot of minutes. They're not getting regular play at this level. And in these cup games and all these other games, when they're dumped in with a whole bunch of other players who are also in the same position, that's difficult. And when they're getting to go against a team that has gelled, that all have played with each other, that know each other well, and happen to be in good form at the moment, yeah, I mean, we're lucky it's only 2-1. Halftime subs, O'Connell, please. But that'll definitely be the last time we see him, if that's the case. The only reason why I'm not crapping on Scar is because he just happens to not. I mean, he definitely made two fairly big mistakes. He took down a guy in the box that we didn't get a penalty on. Maybe he didn't take him down. The guy dove, but he put himself in a bad position there. And that could be a goal that we'd be giving him a hard time for. But if they ran at Scar like they're running at O'Connell, then they'd be having the same. I believe they'd be having the same success. Yeah, this could be the start, right? How interesting would that be if you brought in Brunt and you had him play in Cleworth's spot on the right, which Brunt can flip flop, and then we finally give Max, which I think some people have talked about, like in the future they expected he'd be the center, the main guy in a back three. Why not give him his first shot? I mean, I guess if you're trying to win, you really don't want to put that kind of pressure on him right now when we're down, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm not saying we're waving the white flag at that point, but it's unfair to kind of stick that on him. All teams definitely need to gel, Will. Like, and I think the guys that are out there are definitely put in a bad position, right? A difficult position. They're bench players going against starters, and they haven't had time to gel. And our starters haven't had time to gel, right? So that's why I'm positive in general about the outlook for the rest of the season. And a team gelling is one thing. If you just clip every time O'Connell has to do something and you see him just spinning around and falling to the ground and guys just running past him, I mean, there's no amount of gel that makes him look better or good enough to deserve being out there the way he's playing. Let me see what else I can do for pictures here. I know you guys are a little bit in shock. I'm bringing all this negativity. You usually have the happy Canadian. He doesn't pick. Sean doesn't pick on the players as much as I do. All right, getting ready for the second half here. Wrexham's out on the field. Preston's nowhere to be found. Up, they're just coming out now. Yeah, Hammer. They definitely have to get used to all this. And we're still adding players. Like half of our guys haven't practiced together for a week, right? We just got another player a couple days ago. So, yeah, we'll get better. And if the numbers pan out like they have in the previous years, you could still have a chance to squeak into the playoffs without it being like some extremely high number of points that you need to get. So if we get gelling and run off a set of games in a row, we could easily climb back in and be in contention, I guess, for a playoff spot, which is I think ideally what you would want, right? Like you want to be playing meaningful games in April. Just kicked off Preston with the ball. Back to the keeper. He boots it down the middle. Scar heads it back. It's given to Hardy. He heads it out wide to the left, and Preston gathers it. Ball's been knocked down the right, gets cut off by Lee. He bobbles it. He and Barney misplay that. I think that was Lee, or was that might have been Scar. It's hard to tell. They both have their hairdos are now fairly similar. Oh, I know, Hammer, that the idea of as bad a start as we have, it's absolutely crazy to be talking playoffs. I just mean it's not out of the realm of possibility. I could see us gelling, and that's still something you could hope for. I just don't want to like rule anything out. I'm not forecasting that that's where we're going to be. I'm just saying, ideally, that's where I'd love us to get to be playing games that we cared about in April. Just swinging around. We're looking pretty decent right now. Evans, Lee, and O'Connell knocking the ball around to each other in the back. Gets swung back to Scar. Over to Doyle. Doyle back to Scar. They did not take O'Connell out. I do not see any subs by us. I can hear. Ball's into Smith. Looked like he was offsides. I guess he's not. He tries to get it over to Lee. Lee sprints in, gives it back to Smith. Smith kicks it over to Hardy, unable to link up with him. Preston was quite relaxed on that. They had more defenders than we had offensive players, and they didn't seem all that worried. Lee with the ball wide. Back to Doyle. Doyle swings it around. Goes all the way back to Arthur. They start to pressure a little bit now. They come up on O'Connell, who almost gives it away. To slow ball back to Arthur, and the defender almost steals it. Barney's hustling his ass off. Recovers from a bad pass. Gets the ball to Doyle. Doyle sprinting downfield. He puts it ahead. Oh, what an incredible attempt there. The player with the whole head wrap barely gets a piggy toe on the ball and stops it from a Doyle to Smith connection that would have scored a goal. Unbelievable curl of the ball. They are able to knock it out of bounds. We have a corner coming in from the side. Here comes Lee now. And very long. Ball gets punched out. I just am not a fan of him taking corners. He usually gives us really shitty short corners, and that one he had it up in the air, but it was really it wasn't that good of a corner. It's kind of misplayed by the keeper, and he punched it out. Barney's trying to throw the ball in. He does. Wow. Ashfield gets pushed in the back, and they don't call anything, and we turn the ball over. Preston throwing it in. Preston with the ball. We're pressing. We're trying to come out from the back, cycling it around. They try to kick it out wide to the left. Barney's on him. No problem handling it. Just knocks it out. Lets us gather and settle our defense. Preston throws it in. They better think about going a different spot, because that's where some of our best defense all day's been. When they make the mistake, they're going too wide where Barney gets involved. They end up losing the ball. They're going to do it again. They're going to kick it out wide. Barney goes out and gets on his guy. They try to cross it in. Ball's knocked really wide. They give a free kick to Wrexham. Forward held Scar. Made it impossible for him to jump up. You're not wrong. Almost Lee and Doyle struggling to communicate again. Doyle won't have to play much with Lee, I think, so it's not a big deal, but that has not been going well. Ball got knocked out. Doyle here on a throw-in. Floats it up. Mendy heads it. Doyle gets the ball back. on a giveaway by Preston. He tries to chip it ahead for Hardy. I like that he's always looking for someone. Oh, physical play. Come on. Defender knocks Hardy over, gets away with some real physical play there. Wasn't much of a dive by Hardy. He was just bullied. He's a lot smaller than that defender. That keeper is not aggressive. He should have come out and snagged the ball. Defender was pissed off that he's boxing his man and the keeper doesn't come out for it. Ball's being swung around. We're pressuring. Hardy's running a lot. Ball's wide. Barney comes flying up and steals the ball, gets clattered into, so he can't do anything with it. I'm sure Sean would be here trying to find something wrong with what Barney's doing today, but he's looked awesome. I'm just kidding. Sean and I have an ongoing thing about Longman and Barney. Nice flop by the Preston guy, and that's nothing. Get the ball. Good boot in. Ashfield to Smith, and then Smith gives it back to Evans, who just falls apart, gives away the ball. Here comes Preston the other way. Doyle reads that attempted pass, cuts it off, heads the ball comfortably to us. Lee works it up to Mendy on the far left. Smith, so Hardy was calling for it. Mendy did not give it to him. They have way too many defenders. We only have 3 guys up, and they have 5, 6 back. There's nothing. We got to get some guys moving forward. Nothing's going to happen like that. What are you hoping to do there? Here comes a bad cross to Smith, gets a foot on it, and somehow kicks it near goal. But, yeah, Smith's like, can you guys come forward? He's literally saying, like, motioning what I'm saying. He's like, you're leaving me all by myself here. Smith and Hardy have the whole defensive back line and midfielders to deal with. Everyone is so far away. If you get them the ball, they're 1-on-4 every time. Barney trying to run back. He does safely, just boots it out just to get us some time. That's not a corner. It's a throw in from the deep corner, but it's not a corner. Throw in on the far left side. Waiting here for the throw in. Come on, give him a delay of game, would you? Ball's thrown in. It's headed by Scar. It's blown. Here comes a kick from long. Oh, my goodness. Okonkwo dove. It was just wide. Ofaya, the guy I keep blowing his name, steps up and hits it from about, I don't know, 21, 22 meters out. Not many people in his way. He tries to hook it around Arthur, was unable to keep it on target. Arthur probably had it, and either way, but, well, that's Wrexham ball. Come on. Throw in here for Mendy. 55 minutes. Ball's given to Lee. Blasts it over to O'Connell. Gives it to Barney. Barney give and go with Lee. They just take Barney out. No call. Here comes O'Connell. He's dragging it upfield. Gives the ball to Ashfield. Ashfield to Evans. Evans with the ball. Taking his time. Brings it over to Doyle. Doyle swings it to Mendy. No one's moving. Everyone's just standing around. Who are you going to pass it to? No one's moving. No one's getting open. No one is currently open. No one's trying to get open. Doyle with the ball now. He pushes forward, kicks from long because, hey, what the hell? Who cares if I'm 30 meters out? No one's moving. No one at all. Why not kick it at the keeper and see if he's awake? Because everyone else in the stands is asleep. This is awful. If these guys aren't going to move, get them out of the game. Preston working the ball up. Doyle steals it. Mendy to Doyle. Oh, give and go. Mendy didn't go hard enough, so Doyle's great pass is not made use of, but Mendy did recover, pressure the guy, and he kicks it out of bounds, so it's going to be a throw in here for Mendy. Doyle looks good. Throw in here to Hardy. Hardy gives it back to Mendy. Mendy on the ball. Looks like he's going to try to cross, playing around. Crosses it in front. There it is. Ooh. Barney was cutting across, gets a little undercut, so he's unable to get a head on it. Ashfield, shit pass, gives it away to Preston. He was trying to get it to Evans. Communication, bad breakdown. Smith comes charging all the way back. It flusters one of the midfielders who boots it out of bounds for Preston. So good hustle getting back. Here comes just a myriad of subs. I think we're going to get at least 3, maybe 4 guys coming in. Looks like Brunt, Longman, and Dobson all coming in. Thank you, Parkey. You have at least 5 guys that don't deserve to be out there right now. If they're not going to be moving any harder, then get them out. Ball's back to the Preston keeper. Just passing it around the back. They don't seem particularly anxious to do anything with the ball. Little pressure here by Wrexham. Ball's coughed up. Here comes O'Connor with the ball. Gives it to Lee. Lee gives it over to Mendy. We slow it up a bit. Again, no one's pressing forward, so it's just Smith and Hardy trying to make individual runs against numbers. Ashfield to Barney. Let's see some Barney magic. He crosses it. Good cross. Just too many white shirts in the area. Great press by Doyle. Keeps the ball alive. Ashfield with it. Goal! That was all Doyle. Woo! Hell of a play. Hopefully I did not blow out your speakers, guys. Sorry about that. Doyle comes flying up, keeps the ball down. Lee passes to Ashfield, who's wide open, 20-meter mark, just chips it forward. No one on him. He has plenty of time. That defender is just, that keeper is just so slow. He was moving his way back to the middle of the pitch, and Ashfield hit it behind him. Well-measured kick. Did what he needed to do. Lee handed it off to as he got pressured to the wide open player, and Doyle made that happen with his pressure. Oh wow, they're pulling Doyle. Why? One of your best players out there. I mean, maybe because you're going to be playing him Saturday and you don't want to have him go the whole 90, but yeah, he gets the hockey assist on that, but that was Doyle gets a lot of credit for that. 2-2 here. We can now lose in penalties if we want. Not that we want to. Yeah, I'm guessing Lee agrees with me. They're resting him for Saturday. Well, a lot of subs come in. Preston now finally gets the ball in. Goes back to the keeper. Keeper knocks it downfield. Header by Scar. Ball's getting knocked around. A little dicey here. Ball's out wide on the left. Barney's got his man. His man doesn't want any part of Barney. Cycles it back around. I'm guessing now Preston's not going to sit back on their heels. They're going to start coming forward, which it looks like they are. Preston with the ball. Longman pressing on the far side. So this is the setup we've seen a couple of times where you have Longman switch to his right foot. Oh, here's a breakaway. Smith, Hardy. He's going to give it. Oh, shit pass by Smith to Hardy. God damn it. A lot of defenders in the mix again. We were a little slow to set that up. Just wasn't a crisp enough pass, and defenders came back and got in the mix. What I was saying is we've got Barney playing his natural right side, and Longman switching over to the left. He came in from Mendy, so we're running, two of our better wingbacks. A giveaway by O'Connell again. What a surprise. Preston was streaking forward, and Scar comes up to steal the ball, thank goodness. Ball swung around to Brunt. Brunt's bringing the ball forward. Given to Lee, now to Dobson. I don't know what Dobson's thinking. He swings it over to O'Connell. Moves forward finally. Scar with it, swings it to Brunt. Bad pass, makes it hard for him to do much with it. Now he's trying to rush forward. Preston's just backing down and collapsing. Ball's in the middle of Dobson. Shit pass to Brunt. Back to Scar. There's no one pressuring you. Can you just make a good pass that stays on the carpet? Ball's over to Barney. Now to Dobson. Dobson puts it behind O'Connell. Boy, is he rusty looking. Ball's given to Dobson in the middle. Gives it to Lee. Lee's going to give it to Brunt, streaking forward. Back to Lee. Give it now. Give it now to Hardy. Well behind him, Lee. What are you doing? Ugh. I really like Smith and Hardy constantly making good runs into open space, and we just don't have the players that are getting them the ball where they can do anything with it. They're hitting it behind them, or they're hitting it so that they have to stop and wait for the defenders to get all over them. The ball's not coming in crisp enough. Preston with it now, coming up the middle, probing. Ashfield almost steals it. Scar tips it to the Preston, who drills it on goal from about 21, 22 meters out, and it just skies out. It's going to be a goal kick for Arthur. Yeah, John, you're asking the same question. Why is O'Connell still in there? I'm hoping that they finally pull him for an offensive guide, to try to go ahead at some point, right? And switch the defense. Barney comes flying up to pressure. Ashfield gets in on it too, and ball gets knocked out. Barney's still showing a ton of speed and hustle. 65th minute here. Yeah, we're getting killed in the midfield. And Dobson looks severely shaky at the moment. Here they come. Chips it ahead. Streaking player. Longman was not home. And neither was Brunt. Was trying to cover everything over there. They came down the right-hand side. Longman was caught way out, too far up the pitch. That quick transition, and he did not get back in time. Got lucky with a bad pass on that cross. Preston with the ball swinging around there on the far left side again. Welcome, Welsh Monkey. Some of the stuff, I mean, other than O'Connell, some things are looking better. I think Doyle's going to be huge. That's going to help us a lot. And it's not that Brunt was doing so many things bad. It's that Doyle is aggressive with his defense, and he's not waiting for it to come to him. So he's been attacking the passes that the midfield isn't getting to. Nice pressure here by Brunt. Comes flying up, causes the guy to bobble it and go out of bounds. Longman's going to throw it in here. Lee with the ball, puts it back to Brunt. Brunt's going to swing it around, gets the ball over to Scar, takes it way back. Ball's up to Dobson, has plenty of room. They just back off. He drills it out wide, kind of a bouncy pass out to Longman. Longman's trying to beat his man down the left. Crosses it low. Oh. Hardy almost gets a foot on it. Ball's knocked just outside the box. It bounces through to a couple other players. Barney pressures his man. O'Connell steals the ball. Ball's out front. There it is to Dobson. Dobson beats his man. Wide open. He shoots. Oh, a defender slides and blocks it. Probably would have scored. The keeper wouldn't have been able to get to that. Barney now has the ball. Give and go with O'Connell. Here comes a cross by Ashfield. Far side. Defender heads it. It goes out. What did he say? Push. Longman pushes the defender, they say, so they give a goal kick. Ugh. A lot of pressure here. I would expect Preston's going to delay. Yep. All sorts of. I have to F with my headdress just to stall and kill time because Wrexham has momentum at the moment. Ball's in. Preston's got it in the back again, swinging it around. $68-30 coming up. Here comes Preston. Oh, a little pressure by Smith. There's a little chip. Dump it in. Barney's able to get back, get the ball. Slices it ahead, trying to get Smith leaked out. Keeper's way outside the penalty area, chipping that back to nobody. Just a stupid play. Gives it back to Wrexham. Sets back up. Scar over to O'Connell. O'Connell to Ashfield. Over to player down for Preston. Don't know what's going on. Oh, geez. Do you stop just for anything? A guy on his hands and knees, but it wasn't a head thing. Did you just stop play for that when Wrexham has the ball? Someone tell me if those are the rules. Referee just stops. If a guy's not lying unconscious, he's not writhing around in severe pain. He's on his knees, maybe his hands on his knees, holding his side. But if you left him there, it's not like he's going to be in really bad state. Wrexham has the ball and the advantage. They're looking good, and he stops the clock for it. I mean, seems like bullshit. Did he take a kidney shot or something? Yeah, professional injury. Yeah. Yeah, they needed to stop the momentum, so it's a. I'm going to lie here until you give us a timeout, ref. Now they sub for him. Ref shouldn't stop that. Ball swung wide over to Lee. And he just gives the ball away. Referee sees something that wasn't there and gives the ball to Wrexham. Here's Brunt, the free kick. Chips it ahead, tries to free up Hardy. Hardy could not get there. They call off sides. Probably right on that. Thanks, Dave. Dave, nicely with the donation there. It's nice of you. With the subscriptions. I saw the Welsh Techies Eat More Chips banner in the front row of the away section there. Hope we can get a win for him. And of course, I hope we win the flip and get to do the penalties at the away end, right? The Wrexham end. Coming up on the 73rd minute here, goal kick for Arthur. See if he can keep it in bounds. Plays it short to O'Connell. O'Connell brings it upfield. Tries to spring Smith, who's getting bullied. He holds strong. Gives it to Brunt, who's way up there. He pressures them, Lee's way too far back. Gives it to Brunt, to Lee. Dobson now drags it back again. Just have some confidence. You were in a good position. Preston's kind of parking the bus. Dobson with the ball. Kicks it wide to Ashfield. Ashfield very close to Barney. Barney with the ball tries to drag it in. Gives it to Dobson. Dobson slices it in. Unable. It's too low. Unable to find Smith, who's in a good position. Ball comes all the way out. Preston heads it all the way out. Longman lets it go out. It's going to be a throw-in. Dobson with the ball. Swinging it back around. Ayo's looked pretty good. Bryn, he's been aggressive when he needs to. He's been in all the right positions. He hasn't bottled it when he's had the ball at his feet, passing it or anything. So yeah, I tease. He's actually held up pretty good. Good pass by O'Connell to Ashfield. Ashfield chips it over to Longman with his off foot and ends up knocking it out of bounds. I would have liked to seen him carry it a little further before he passed it there. I mean, Longman would have been in good position if he was capable of putting a really good pass there, but he didn't. More changes by Preston. Coaching's giving Barney some information to relay. Looks like they're going to be changing the formation here, Wrexham. Yeah, Jason, I think overall we've had the momentum. We've been the aggressor. We've been in their half, the majority of the last half of the second half here. So all good. Preston now in our zone, moving forward. Brunt comes up, steals the ball. Longman picks it up. Brunt, Longman, Lee, Longman to Dobson, almost gives it away. Drills it out wide to Barney. Barney holds it up for a bit, gives it to O'Connell coming along. Got to get some better spacing with Ashfield. Come on. Long down to Barney. Barney streaking down the right, and it bounces out almost. Could have just put a little spin on that to keep it in, and Barney would have broken free coming in on the right side there. Almost. Throw in here for Preston. Coming up in the 76th minute. Matthew, I don't know what you did. You probably put caps or something and it kicked you out. The bot. Another shit pass wide to Longman. There's if they can get the ball to him, it would be one-on-one Longman on that far side with not many people on that half of the pitch. But here comes O'Brien getting subbed in. I'm guessing what do you think, O'Connell or something, or Evans? Evans is already out, maybe. He's been such a non-factor in the game. Scar now with the Brunt. Scar to O'Connell, back to Brunt. I think they're about ready to switch the formation. I mean, it's 3-5-2 is what we've been running today. 3-5-2 with Smith and Hardy up front. But I'm guessing with O'Brien coming in, I mean, unless he's ripping out, what do you think? Lee, here comes Barney with the ball inside the box. He's being bullied. They also had a couple of extra defenders over there, able to get the ball from him. O'Connell presses forward. They take him out. Free kick from the right side. Angry Preston player after he just steals, after he just takes out O'Connell. All leg, no ball, not even close. And then I'm not sure who it was. Someone on Wrexham said something, and I don't know. The defender didn't like any of it. Okay, wow. We have Ashfield coming out and O'Brien in, and then we also have the big man Moore coming in. Perfect timing because this is ideally set up for a rush on the far left post by Wrexham. I'm sure that's where the ball's going to be driven into. I would expect you'll see Moore, who's just coming into the game, in that area. They're really set up in the middle of the pitch, which is surprising. I would think that this is where you would go a little further left. Moore's gone as far left as you can on the outside of the edge of the box is where the defense is set up. He's going to have to get on side. Here comes Lee. Far cross like I expected, and it was a shitty cross. Low. Preston heads it out, and it's a throw in. Jeez, like what? You just subbed O'Brien into the game. Why not let him hit the ball? Quick throw in by Longman. Gets it back to Brunt. Brunt calm, beats his man, gives it to Dobson. Drills it, I don't know, out of bounds? Yep, just straight out of bounds over the end line. I don't know what. Man, who was he going for there? Maybe Barney, but wasn't anywhere close. I think Preston's just, I don't know. They're still trying to go forward. They haven't looked well going forward most of this whole second half. They're not giving up on it. Giveaway by Longman. Cross right to Arthur, comes out, fields it easily. You really think Lee is the best at his position? Well, I guess, what do you think that is? If you're thinking he's attacking mid, then I would rather see Windass there. And then if you think Windass is an attacking mid and you think Lee's an attacking mid, I would be surprised that you would think that Lee is better than Windass. But ball's knocked ahead. Nice. Moore does what he does. Bullies the man out of the way, goes to hold the ball up. They have to rip him down. We're going to get a nice, they pulled his jersey, ripped him backwards because they can't handle him physically. Just outside the box, about 20 meters on the far left side. I would guess we probably try to put this in. It's going to be a little tight. We got Lee with the shooting it, so I would guess he's going to go short post over the wall. Oh, it's a tough to chip it up from that range. You have to have really good touch to give it a ball that people can rush in and play. Is that what he's going to do? Nope, he does what I said, tries to go over the wall and hook it in on the close near post, and he puts it right into the middle of the wall. Ball's knocked out. We'll be throwing it in. Longman with it. K Pasta, where's the game? It is in Preston. Yeah, Lee went real short. So short it went right into the face of the defender in the middle of the wall. Ball's played to Dobson. Dobson back to Scar. Scar's going to swing it around. They're really pressing O'Brien with the ball now. They pressure him. He kicks it out. He rushes forward. They rip him down. Wrexham, yeah, give him the yellow flag. Good hustle by O'Brien. It would have given us numbers, so they rip him down, and it gets a yellow flag. Nice effort by O'Brien there. Brunt to Lee. Lee to Dobson now. Back to Lee. Lee's streaking forward. What's he going to do? He's in the middle. Guys are off sides. Moore with the ball. Kicks it back to Dobson. Dobson's looking for someone. Kicks it out wide. Longman with it. He's going to try to cross, I think. No, he brings it back on his right foot. Crosses it deep. And the ball gets Barney tried to come in. It floated. It didn't have, I mean, it was with his right foot, with that, which is, I guess, his off foot, which he usually crosses with. But the ball floated a little, gave the defender time to head it out. We got the ball for a corner on the right side. O'Brien's taking it, so I'm hoping that this will be much better. It looks like they want to play it short. They're doing a lot of hand signals and stuff. A lot of stalling here. Hardy's up close, and everyone else is in a pile at about the 15-yard spot. You got Scar, Brunt. They're trying to hold Brunt. It looks like that's who they're trying to break free. They got Moore, O'Connell, Scar, and Brunt all in there in a pile. I'm guessing that's where the play's coming to. No, they played short. That's what I thought all that talking was for. Here's O'Brien. Oh, it gets to Lee. Lee's wide open. Oh, he just blasts it into two guys. What was that? Lee's complaining about something. Was it a handball? Referee allows it. Lee's wide open again. Longman comes down. Good clearance in. It's what is that? It looks like defender hit it out. It should be a corner for us, right? It is. Another opportunity. We're setting up a little different this time. O'Brien runs out quick. Can't see. They got it zoomed in. I don't know what our setup looks like. They play short again. Dobson tries. Not a good cross. Over to Moore, who was all by himself deep. Ball's kept in by Longman. Longman to Moore. They take him out. It was all feet. Here comes Preston countering the other way. Absolutely horrible tackle by Lee. Just swung and whiffed. Who did they give the yellow card to? Yeah, Lee, Longman had to take him out because Lee just swung and missed. He tried to take the guy out, just missed everything. Hey, Chris. Chris back in the house. First time I've seen you this year. Great to see you, Chris, whether or not you're donating. Preston with the ball. Coming up on the 85th minute here. They gave that to Lee. I don't even know he made contact with the guy. Ball's chipped in. Kind of misplayed on that header by Scar. He jumped way too early. Moore heads it. Gets headed by Dobson. Oh, player falls down. Can't take advantage of it. Ball's on the edge of the box. Preston with it. Looking for a spot. They chip it. Arthur has to hit it up over the net again. Hey, Swoosh Kid, great to see you. Hopefully you're bringing luck. Coming in the last 5 minutes, we should get a minimum, I would guess, of 5 minutes extra time. A lot of substitution. Preston's just taking their time, killing as much clock as possible. They're still taking chances, though. It's really interesting. They're in no hurry to do anything. They don't mind the clock ticking away. Wrexham looks better, but there's Preston still getting chances. Here's the corner from them. It's in. It's headed down. Not a bad header. Tried to bounce it in, but it was right at Okonkwo. Wasn't that much of a challenge, but he got too much of the header, in my opinion. Pat, I don't know what you got dinged on. Might have been caps or something. Who knows? Lee with the ball, swinging it back around. Dobson, Brunt. O'Brien now with the ball, back to Brunt. Back to Scar. I hope we're going to give this another chance and not just stall and go to penalties. Here comes Arthur. Long down the right side. Gets hit to Preston. Oh, that was out. That was out. Nice. Barney pressures it. Causes us to win the ball. He's got to have, I don't know what the spot mob rating should be, extremely high. Moore with the ball on the edge of the box. Tries to turn. It's not his thing. Gets drilled out, but he plays it off the guy. Smart play. Now we get another corner coming here. Here's O'Brien again. Plays it in, good corner. Gets headed out. Just didn't have players in that area. Here comes Barney to quick throw in. O'Brien with it. Knocks it around. Scar takes it forward. Back to Dobson. What's Dobson going to do? He's going to chop it across. Nobody home on the far post header. Longman now with the ball just blasts it out of bounds. Bad cross. It's twice he's got it on his right foot. He's on the left side, so you're thinking he's going to do left. So he swings it to his right foot because he's pretty good with both feet. And that's what he's used to, like, crossing with when he's on the right side, using his right foot. So you'd think he'd be good at it. And then his 3 opportunities, he's hit all of them poor, long, and directionless. They try to go ahead here, Preston. Great defense by Brunt. Easily had it covered. Scar makes an awful play when he gets pressured. Got lucky there. We're able to recover it. A good head forward by Moore. Good pressure by both O'Brien and Hardy. Oh, O'Brien almost gets the ball. If Barney was up a little bit more, we would have had it. O'Brien comes all the way back, gets on it. Barney's pressuring too. Wrexham is all over them. They trace, dump it long. Offsides call. Face off. Leave Lee alone. He hasn't been given a chance. Ian is obviously related to Lee and doesn't want us to pick on him. Dobson with the ball. Given to O'Connell. O'Connell drills it off his man, knocks it out. Coming up on the end of time here. Let's see what they're going to give us for minutes. There it is. We're in extra time. 5 minutes. Someone called that. Moore goes to head it, but no one's pressed forward. O'Brien's there. He swings it over to Lee. Lee wide open in the middle, gets it to Longman. Longman now with the ball, one-on-one, cuts it back into the middle. Got 3 guys on him, gives it to Dobson. Dobson now to Lee, wide open. No one near him. Takes forever to hit the ball. By the time that the defender gets over, deflects it in. The keeper has to make a tough save against the post. And it gets us a corner. Now Lee with the corner here from the left side. He's had a lot of corner opportunities here today. Like he's due to give us a good opportunity. He hasn't yet. Let's see it. Here it is. Good opportunity. They have a defender there. Dobson steps up, tries to one-time it. Not effective. Barney crosses it in. More. Oh, there it is. Yeah! Yes! Barney with the long chip in goes right to Moore. They were forearming him. They were banging him around. They were trying to drag him to the ground. He knocks it down. Keeper comes out, scramble, and Moore able to, with his leg, which is obviously, I don't know, 10, 12 feet long, is able to reach around and kick it in. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, Wesley, I hope we can keep this up. I'm sure. I apologize. I go from speaking to screaming. I'm probably piercing your eardrums while you're watching this, or getting you in trouble as your desk is absolutely screaming on that goal where you put your phone under it. Yeah. I mean, that toughness, they're brutalizing him, and he still stands up, takes that abuse, and still gets the job done. That's, besides the fact that he's effective in doing it, I like that as opposed to the dives and trying to get a call. Like, just stick with it to the last second, and maybe you're able to tip it and knock it in. Like, earn the penalty. Don't try to draw the penalty. Ball's chipped away. Hardy's still running his ass off. Almost gets a freebie. He's pressing. Guy knocks it. Oh, he didn't even touch that. Maybe it was a foul. They just gave it. Hardy's working his ass off. Hardy, unsung hero here. He's really exhausted that back line. Worked his butt off all game, pressed them, caused many turnovers. Great game by him. Ball's wide again on the left. They try to cross it in. Bad play by was it Brunt there? Oh my goodness, scramble in front, and they should have had a better shot, and they didn't. Misplayed badly by Brunt. It got ping-ponged around, and then they hit it over goal. They should have scored there. Just a bad header attempt, and then a bad clear. And that was lucky. Yeah, they're trying to do what's been getting done to us all year long. There's less than a minute left, and we can't fucking hang on, right? So maybe this is the turnaround. You got to hang on for like 30 seconds here. We're still pressing forward. Mo with the ball on the far left side. Swings it around to Lee. Keep it in their half. Keep going forward. Moore drags it forward. Ball's out wide to Longman. Longman to Lee. We're just staying out on this left side. Moore swings around to Dobson. Dobson all the way back to Brunt. Well, boy, we're cycling it really deep to Scar. Scar tries to go ahead with it. We're going to be offsides. Here comes, high unnecessary knee into, by Preston into O'Brien, who's pressing. And they take him out. He's going to milk it, which is nice. Going to kill as much time as possible. We're past 95 minutes. Should get a kick here. Free kick from Wrexham, and then they'll blow it. Yeah, Dave, Hardy, and Barnett. Barney's just been doing it all. Doyle was awesome. Moore comes in and dominates. The whole time, ball's wide to Longman. He's just trying to kill time. He's taking it into the corner. There it is. There it is. 3-2. Getting on to the third round of the Cup First time since 1981 for Wrexham. O'Brien and Moore came on and showed. I mean, granted, there were a lot of subs for Preston too, but they came on fresh and just took over the game, showed significantly better quality. And you got to give a lot of credit to the work that Barney did, and especially Hardy, just working them tirelessly in the back. Thanks, SMP. I hope I did the Horde justice standing in for the great Sean Driver. Thank you, Pat. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves today. It's a good win. This should propel us, to get through the rest of the work week here. But I think this is huge. I think this momentum, it involved the majority of the team to get this done today. Hopefully this helps bring them together and gives us momentum going into the weekend. Thanks. Well, we'll see. You'll see Sean on Saturday. I'm sure he'll be back in. And thank you, Denise, Woody. See you all this weekend. George, nice seeing you, sir. It was great that you guys showed up. It helped make this more enjoyable. There was such a large group of people in here today watching this. Over 160 people in now, still at the end of this game. Awesome stuff. Sci-Fi J, late to the party. Great to see you, sir. I'm going to bring up the stats for you guys. You guys can keep it going inside of chat there. I'm sorry I don't have the ability to do the polls and everything. I wish I did. I don't. Thank you, Brian. Very nice of you to say. I'm going to bring up the FOTMob stats and show those on the screen for you guys. Let me see here. So I'll read some of this off if you can't see it. Obviously, 3-2 goals by Hardy, Ashfield, and Moore, and they had it by Dobbin and Lindsay. It was 53% to 47% on possession, and we got 1.08 XG for them, 1.21 for us. Most of that was in the second half, where we were so aggressive and had the ball so much in their end. It was great. A lot of good positive stuff there. They had 14 shots to our 11. They had 6 on target to our 3. They had 2 big chances. We had 1. They missed 1 big chance. They had more accurate passes. Not by a lot. We came flying back in that realm. Thanks, Mr. Roberts. They had 7 fouls committed. We had 10. We had 6 corners to their 5. Yeah, what else? Any other things? They had most of the passing stats. Everything else was split fairly evenly. They gave Harry Ashfield an 8.0. I did think he was quite active. He was one of maybe our best midfielder prior to the substitutions coming in and O'Brien starting to dominate in there. They gave Lee a 7.8. All I did was crap on him all game long. FOTMob thinks he's a hero. So the likelihood is FOTMob's right and I'm an idiot, and all you guys telling me to give Lee a break are right. But for me, I just saw him lose the ball out of bounds, bad passes, and get beat several times. But what do I know? Ryan Hardy with the 7-7. I expected that. That was really good. 7-5 for Barnett. Doyle with the 7-4. Kiefer Moore, 7-3. Somehow they have a 7-3 on O'Connell. I have to say, sometimes the stats don't show the whole picture, do they? Scar, Mendy with good numbers too. Yeah, let me see here. I'm going to switch it up and see if I see any good picks on X for us. Give me one moment here. See what's going on out there. See if I can get any great pictures of a score or a celebration. See what they got going on. Oh, thanks, Sean. Sean jumps in and gives you guys the man of the match poll is now up. All right, there's your man. He is it me or like I'd be curious. Like another poll, maybe we'll do on Saturday. I'm like, how many goals is Hardy gonna? I'm sorry, how many goals is Moore gonna do this year? Right. Thanks, Jason. The way we're utilizing him and how effective he is and how much we're targeting him, you know, he's getting far more than the 5 he got last year, no doubt. Let's see what else we got here. This is a nice one that they have, Ashfield. Really giving it to the Wrexham fans there. Deagle Boy jumping in the chat there. What else we got? Another one by Moore. Yeah. Yeah, if I was watching that stream, all you heard was positives, and if you were watching mine, all you were hearing was negatives, right? That's funny. Well, that's what you get with an American somewhat new to the game. Yeah, Lee, I agree. That was a much better second half. We looked like we did in that first 10 minutes, but more effective, right? Yeah, I'm glad Ashfield knocked that in. I also like that's kind of where Lee over the last couple of years has been deadly, in that just outside the box area where the ball gets pinged around, it doesn't get cleared out well, or it gets, it gets knocked over to them, and they're in, kind of just like a key position right there, and they blast it, and if they're accurate, then it's a goal, and that's where Lee used to be quite successful. And we saw Ashfield do that. Was it the Hull game or whatever, and almost scored, or maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was one of the preseason games where he beat his man and took the shot from there. And I'm glad he has that confidence to do that, because I think he has a fairly powerful shot. So. Yeah, I mean, so I probably said a lot of first win of the season. Yes, we got to celebrate that. We got to work off this momentum. I probably said a lot of things opposite of what the great Mark Griffiths said, and I, if I was you, I'd listen to him and not me. But tell me what you guys think about our offense. Do you feel far more positive about our offense, say, than you did last year? Our offense in League One, as opposed to our offense now in the championship, I think we have. I don't think we'll be struggling as much. I felt I was always worried about our ability to score in League One, in the second half of League One, and at the moment I'm less concerned about that, especially when Windass comes back. And I'm sure there's going to be a point where we have to figure out who's in. Is it Broadhead? Is it Windass? Who's playing off of Moore, and where? Are we using two of them? What are we doing? And I think a lot of that will also depend on who else we get in at the midfield. and what type of player are we bringing in a defensive midfielder? Like if you bring in a young defensive fielder, then you compare him with O'Brien and just run the two of them there and then run Windass and Broadhead ahead of them. That might be an interesting way to go, and be slightly more offensive-minded team. I'd be okay with that. Got a few more picks here I'll share with you before I get off. Oops. Here we go. Longman out wide. Dobson at the edge of the box. Lee. All right. I think I've kept you guys long enough. Rerun. Jumping into the chat here. Yeah, I agree. I think once these guys get to know each other a little better, Chris, you're an animal, man. We love you whether or not you're donating money. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I think these guys are really going to come around. I mean, to be this effective offensively with so little time together, I would imagine we're going to get considerably better. And who doesn't love offense, right? So I think we'll come around defensively, especially with Doyle out there. He looks so good. He seems to get to stuff before they're a problem, before he has to make a nice save. He challenges it before it ever happens. So, and he's so solid, physically speaking. And he's also one of those guys that seems very comfortable in the midst of guys on him, doesn't do the peeing himself when a guy rushes at him. So Man U Grimsby match, huh? Stopping the poll in 1 minute. It's about 60 of us still here in the chat. I'm really looking forward to Saturday and us getting the first 3 points of the season, right? Get a nice away win. Moore versus Mullen, the man can finish. Yeah, again, it's like, for me, it's all about earning the penalty and not trying to draw the penalty. In that first game against Southampton, we had too many guys trying to look for that foul. And I hope that we're behind that now, Doyle wins it, 35%, man of the match. Hardy with 33. Ashfield and then Mendy. Yeah, definitely a close one. All right, Sean's bailing. And I've talked for the last couple of hours. I don't think you guys need to hear me babble any longer. We can just sit back and enjoy that exciting game and let that carry us to Saturday. I'll see you all Saturday. Appreciate you hanging with me, and up to town.